Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today, and I thought I would do this one. As you know, I'm looking at a whole bunch of ancient sites around the U.S., the Mound Builder sites, as they are called. And there is some answers that are appearing when you look at all these sites and look at the artifacts that were found. Now, one thing that I am finding more and more fascinating is the artifacts. And the more mounds that you look at, you can separate what artifacts are original to the building of the mound, and then what artifacts were left by later cultures that left it as offerings to the builders of the mounds, and that is common throughout the world. That's what people did. And a common theme, I have noticed a very common theme, one of the most found artifacts, period, are these effigy pipes. Some are made with humans, some were made with animals, some with both. But this seemed to be very important. And then I just got to thinking, well, what were they smoking? And I knew immediately, the more I thought about it, what they were smoking. But I'm just going to go on here. But some of them have humans, some of them have birds or animals, some of them have both. And certainly there is symbolism put into these. This seemed to be important to them. I'm going to show a video at the end showing a whole bunch of these, and some of these don't look like pipes, but they all are. Some of them just have the bowl, and then you would stick an artificial stem in some point in the back of it to smoke out of it. So they were like replaceable stems, I guess, which isn't a bad way to go. But a lot of these are very cool. Animals, important sacred animals, were used in these, and that got me thinking, were these used in shamanic rituals? What were they smoking? And did this have some significance? The animals that were on here, but it seems there was just about every animal you can think of, and I just think they related their gods to nature, just like the Egyptians did. The turtle was a place of creation, and I've talked about that, and the three stones on the back of the turtle represented the three belt stars of Orion. And the turtle was the place of creation. The world was flooded a long time ago, and then creation started where land appeared on the back of the turtle's back. These are all things associated with animals, so it got me thinking, were they using this in shamanic rituals? And it sure seems they were. But these were very important. What were they smoking? Well, I did some reading. No, I'm just going to use this website, but this article is repeated in many different publications. It says, 400 BC, Hopewell tradition mound builders smoked marijuana and produced hemp fabrics. The group of cultures collectively called mound builders were prehistoric inhabitants of North America who constructed various styles of earthen mounds for burial, residential, and religious and ceremonial purposes. Since the 19th century, the prevailing scholarly consensus has been the mounds were constructed by indigenous peoples of the Americas, early cultures distinctly separate from the historical Native American tribes extant at the time of European colonization of North America. The historical Native Americans were generally not knowledgeable about civilizations that produced the mounds. Research of the study of these cultures and peoples has been based on archaeology and anthropology. In 1891, in his study of prehistoric textile art of eastern United States, Smithsonian Institute ethnologist W.H. Holmes showed that the ancient mound builders utilized cannabis. Hundreds of clay pipes, some containing cannabis residues and wrapped in hemp cloth, dating back to 400 BC, were found in the so-called Death Mask Mound of the Hopewell mound builders, who lived in the northeastern and midwestern United States. Now, with all the care that they put into these little effigy pipes, the intricate detail, and the different animals they used, and different animals were sacred for different purposes, just like in different areas of the world, and that's how they get fitted into the system of gods in Egypt. It's what they saw. They saw jackals perched at the edge of the desert guarding cemeteries. That's why you had a great Anubis, the first god of Giza, protecting that sacred necropolis, just like it says in the ancient text. But here's the turtle effigy in a pipe. I'm going to show you at the end here just a video set to some music of some of the cooler pipes I found. But this was obviously very important to these people, and if they came up from Mesoamerica, they certainly had shamanic rituals. And I did some reading, and that's the way it seemed. And they just weren't smoking bowls, I guess. They were also doing, I guess, what we would call bonging. And they also would use these in ritualistic ceremonies. But the shaman would ingest the hallucinogenic through the pipe, and then he would take a tubular object and blow it into the mouth of the person accepting the ritual. I guess that's the best way to explain it. But they weren't just casually smoking and having fun back then. They were using this for ritualistic ceremonies. They put intricate detail on their smoking utensils. It seems they were smoking cannabis. It seems they were smoking hallucinogenics in some ritualistic ceremony. But I'm just going to take you out with that little video with a whole bunch of different effigy pipes, and I thought it was pretty cool. Now, certainly ancient cultures knew of cannabis. They tell us this in their ancient texts and glyphs. I believe in Sumeria or Mesopotamia, it's interpreted their glyph. It is simply the cure for grief. In Egypt, I have made videos how it seemed to be used for beneficial purposes, and there was traces of it found in Akhenaten's tomb, and I believe pollen from cannabis found in Ramses II's tomb. But this is not a pro-marijuana video. This is just a pro-history video. But I'm sure anybody that does smoke would be honored to take a hit out of a pipe that was made maybe 500 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, or 3,000 years ago. I think they would be highly honored. But I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be going down to the middle of America and cowboy country in my next video. Hope you thought this was cool, and you all have a very nice day.